Count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings and see what God has done. It's Friday, and we're taking a drive. I hope you enjoy the drive. But before the drive, I chose a race. You're all food again because, well, Thanksgiving is all about food. Are you ready? Here we go. Shout out time. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, so I support you. This shout out is for our friend. Let's see who it is today. We've got it all set up. And I'll try to, there we go. There it goes. Okay, we've got Tour, we've got Buddha, Lucky Cat, Laura, Manlinda and Journey, One Busy, Mama, VS, Really Haunted, there's Heather, who's a bowl of soup, Journey, Carrie, who's a cupcake, Really Haunted, I think you're some chicken. Others currently in the lead. There's Kaz over there. Kenny and Debbie are popcorn. Ooh, Heather's in the lead. There's Laura. The Brits are a donut. There's Jen X. And Grumpy, I think you're a baked potato. Looks like we got the Brits today. All right, hang on. Okay, it's the Brit Girls. This is where British mom and daughter find themselves living the American dream. Wherever you're from, we have insights and info you'll love about living on both sides of the pond. They have funny skits, fun facts, and rad reviews. They are a cool duo. They have... see, here's some Brit slangs, colorful sayings, haunted places, which we all love, jokes, Boomer versus Millennium. So check them out. Share, comment. Have a good day. Welcome to Spearfish Canyon. Is this Spearfish Canyon?
This is Spearfish Canyon.
Okay. Not to be confused with the canyon. The canyon goes between Deadwood and, Deadwood and Sturgis, or vice versa, depending upon which way you're going. This is Spearfish Canyon, which goes between Lead and Spearfish.
Yep.
Yes, there are two canyons, very, very close to each other. Why are we here, Mr. Bud?
We're going to look at the fall colors because this is one of the best places where you can see the colors change. Also, we may even luck out and see some mountain goats while we're up here, too. My mom came up here a couple weeks ago, and they ran into about 3 or 4 of them crossing the roads. Thankfully, they didn't run into them, so...
And as you can see, they're mostly pine trees where we're currently at, and I don't know why I'm doing an accent. I decided to be the girl today.
You decided to be the girl. You wanted to adopt the girl's language abilities. There are a couple little yellows there.
Yep, we got a little bit of yellows.
And you can see where people, of course, love the area so much. They're building houses up here now, which is kind of crazy. But, you know, if you have money, you can build anywhere you want to.
Isn't that the truth?
Look at the big head.
Hello, head. Say hello to Abraham.
Mr. Lincoln, yep.
Abraham.
Now, this road here is one of the ones that cuts south, goes down to Rochford and Deerfield Lake. We're up in the Black Hills. Interestingly enough, this area also is rather well known both for the mining era in the day, but also tourists used to ride the railroad through Spearfish Canyon for a number of years up on the top of the rim. We'll see a couple of the areas where they were closer to, like Elnor. If you watched our videos before, we did a short segment on Elnor too. So,
going this way, will we see the Bridal Falls?
Yep. Bridal Falls are along there, and there's a couple other places. I mean, you and the girl went for a massive hike one night.
Oh, yeah, if you haven't seen that video, look it up. It's called "The Bike Girls Get Lost." Because we did, kind of.
Literally, out in the Toolies. Very big resort there. In the summertime, this place is crawling with tourists just because, well, they love the ability to go out and hike and bike and, you know, go on the Mickelson Trail and, you know, all sorts of places up here, which is kind of nice. But, yeah, they're starting to have a lot more people will come up here and they'll build home sites and stuff. The last time we were up here, we kind of got sidetracked.
Who, us? No.
We wound up going to the second highest peak in the, well, no, I think it's not the third highest in South Dakota. We went up to Terry Peak, which is also where they do skiing in the winter time, but they have a fire tower way up there, and it was a little high up. The altitude almost made a couple of us ascend, to say the least, but...
We had a like half an hour conversation with a very nice young lady.
Yeah, and made the girl sad.
Because she wasn't with us that day.
Loki was laughing at her the whole time. But also one of the key, yeah, see, there's the sign for Terry Peak Summit. We made it that far, and then we turned. This particular area up here is well known for the mining communities that were formed. There was a number of small places like Terry, Lead and Deadwood are both still in existence. There was a place called Balmaro. And then if you go to the other side of the road, up a little ways, you run into places like Tintin, Grizzly Bear, and a few others that really did well for mining of gold and other minerals. In fact, Tintin, to this day, if I remember right, they are still looking for a couple of the minerals up there if they can get a strong enough pull to warrant full-scale mining. So far they haven't, because, well, it's one of those, I think it's Talantium that they've come across, and it's I heard one person say that it's one of the minerals that they use to make the most recent PlayStation, and then there's also some people that say it's used in thermonuclear weapons, and I'm like, oh, so you can play games or you can kill people. Wonderful mineral. But a lot of these towns on this side, interestingly enough, the big mine that's still currently operating over here, I remember, I think it's the Brahm mine, they are, to record, I think they destroyed 4 ghost towns mining for gold in a strip mine operation. If you ever look at Google Earth and look up lead and then just pan a little bit to the left, you're going to see a big scar on the ground, and that's because that's where all their strip mining is going on. But they're still pulling out X number $1 million worth of gold every year, so, you know, as long as they're making money, they'll keep mining. So.
Well, I don't remember this many pine trees.
Yeah,
I almost wonder if we should have gone up by that other fire tower where the boys club was. Seems like we saw more colors then.
Bear Mountain.
I don't remember where it was.
I think that was it.
I don't know where anything is.
I think once we get to Cheyenne Crossing and maybe turn north is when we'll really start seeing more color break out. I'm
not worried about it yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide when to put this up. It seems like I should put it up sooner rather than later.
Right.
Because if I put it up in chronological order, it'll be almost spring.
December. Yeah, spring.
Might be New Year,
maybe,
depending.
Yeah. One other thing is kind of fun to take and make a note of. Anybody who comes up into the Black Hills during tourist season, there is a map that is almost traditional. And the thing that's funny about it is it'll show a circle and it'll give us a town name. Like, for example, Cheyenne Crossing. Those aren't towns.
This is not a town.
Yeah, this is basically...
This is like a pit stop.
Yeah, this is the restaurant slash grocery store slash... you know, it's a small spot to stop if you need a quick...
There it is. See it? It's all of, what, 2 buildings?
Yeah, but look how busy it is, too.
It is so busy.
It's always been that way,
they're always busy. So they do have a large attraction.
Yep. And they also serve excellent Indian tacos there.
Of course, they are one of the few places to stop inside a Spearfish Canyon.
Yeah.
Water!
What
are you waiting for?
We're waiting for water. Hang on, I gotta go make some water. Oh, I'm just kidding.
There's some yellows. Little bits of yellows over here.
Smuggler Lane.
Well then, let's go find some treasure.
That's a reassuring pit stop. Raspberry Gulch. Anybody want some raspberries? And also, it's also kind of funny because you'll get people that'll come up here and they'll be, oh, it's so pretty and it's so beautiful. And then after the first snowstorm, they're like, when can we get the hell out of here?
This is one of the places I would not want to live in a winter storm.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. Look at these houses over here. They look really cool. You know, big decks, the whole thing. And I'm betting that they're empty now, right now, because the people probably said, you know, we know what a winter is like up here. We're going back down to Arizona, or California, or Texas, or Florida, because you know, during the spring, during the summer, during the fall, really nice. You don't want to deal with the winters up here because they'll close the highways and you're pretty much done for the next 2 months.
Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know even who does the canyon. They do plow here. And there are a couple of decent-sized stores. They have Lynn's, which are decent stores. And they're not super far away. However, you have, a lot of these people aren't this close, like this house right here, to the road. They are further out, which means they have to go from wherever their house is, way out there in the boondocks and the trees there, to the road where the city or the state decides to plow, if they decide to plow.
Right.
Because this is not high priority. No. I guarantee you, this is low priority when it comes to snow plowing.
You're about 10th on the list of top 10 places that they got to get to, and odds are good. You know, when it gets above 6 inches, they say we're going to wait a week or more.
Right. And a lot of people, you know, when you ask them how they live there, they're like, "Oh, we just stock up." I'm sorry, I wouldn't be that person who forgot something, or we ended up using up more than we anticipated.
That's when they say, "Did you have enough toilet paper?"
I was going to use that example because of 2020, right. But I was going to use something like milk. Yeah. Because milk can't last 3 months.
Right.
It usually lasts a week.
Yeah. Now here's the town of Elmore. We did a short walkthrough on that, and it's leads off in 2 different directions because it also went to the south, which is, well, not south, but to the north where Spearfish was. But this big ridge over here to our right, okay, see this nice hill? Imagine trying to put a road up. Now, here's Annie Creek. At one time, that was probably part of the railroad that went up and over. And to this day, there are towns up and over that hill right there. If I remember right, one of the ways that it's funny when you look up the map and it says, follow the power line trail. Power lines, yeah. You got to follow that up and over the top.
And you can tell where the power lines go on a lot of these hills.
Yeah, they've carved off the trees. They've, you know, cut through the
branches. Because there's literally like a path in between.
Yeah.
If I see a place, I'll show you. Because there are places where you can tell
exactly where they're talking.
What they're talking about.
Yeah. And see, the thing also is that when they did the strip mining process for the one mine, it cut off a lot of the smaller roads. Now, there are still roads back there. The trick is, are they roads like I think of roads, or are they roads that my wife will giggle and laugh at?
Well, we still need to figure out how and when we want to do that thing about roads.
Yeah, because we
got to start at the highway and work our way down to the faint tracks that you call roads.
Yeah, the trails. Of course, it also depends, because trails to me is usually like one, not a dual track, like a 4x4 truck.
Anything that is not indented, I consider a trail.
Like that right there, I'd call a trail.
Yeah, that would be a trail on mine too.
Yeah.
Because, well, you can see where it is, and there's kind of rocks there, but you can't really see the path.
Because, I mean, there's gravel roads.
Right.
Which, like, you know, that right there, I would consider that a trail as well.
Right, I didn't see that one.
There was a good example of a trail up back that way too. But that's the other thing that's kind of fun with the Black Hills is that there's a lot of these pathways. I mean, obviously you still have to follow the rules. Don't cross barbed wire. Don't
What?
No trespassing sign. Don't break the law.
What?
But at the same time, there's towns and ruins that still exist in places. If you've got a good map, or you still got good cell reception, or you happen to have a couple good books. It's part of the ability to be able to trail head back up in there to see where some of these towns used to be. And some of those towns, they made some pretty good money up until the gold ran out. The thing that amazes me is when they talk about moving the entire stamp mill, and
some orange.
You've seen some of our stamp mill videos that we've seen. Yeah, there's a lot of color right there. Wow.
Little bit of red.
Little bit of red.
Not a real red like we saw that one day.
Yeah.
Little bit of red.
Little bloomy yellow right there.
Little bloomy yellow over here.
Trees.
Look, people's trees. That's what we should name this. Look, people, trees. Just kidding.
There's like dead trees.
Yeah, those are dead. Dead or dying.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Bible. Here's another little road coming up.
One bad thing, another thing that would keep me from living in the canyon is this. There's hardly any data.
Yeah, this is no, here you would be trying to beam through the rock. That's
right.
much.
Well, you are in a canyon. I understand it has a hard time getting down here. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that is one of the...
You want to bet that's empty now?
Looks like it. The window.
Window wide open.
Window wide open. That is one of the downfalls of living in this area, is that data is not a thing.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that they can't get Wi-Fi or internet or...
They sometimes will get that HughesNet satellite that'll be able to beam over the ridge, but even then...
I don't know what kind of data they get, or what kind of Wi-Fi and signal they get, but you do not get any data. The data is dead.
There's a house right there.
It's kind of a interesting house.
Yeah.
It looks kind of abandoned at the moment. Lots of dead trees over here. But yeah, and then radio signals, they're not very much good for radio signals down in this area. Usually we would have our audiobook going. No, we're not sponsored. I'd love to be, though. Our audiobook going in a place like this, but
Spearfish Canyon Fire Department. Volunteers. You have to give a shout out to the volunteers for keeping all these people safe and putting out fires in conditions that is absolutely crazy. Look, fishermen. Actually, that's one of the water stations.
I was gonna say.
And look, they even have an outhouse.
Ooh.
Aren't they civilized?
They are civilized.
But look at this canyon wall right in front of us. At one time, a train would actually come down here, and they would pick up supplies, they would drop off supplies, passengers would come through here. When they did the Mickelson Trail, they pulled up a lot of that rail, and so you can go hiking, and you can see where the trail is over there for a few seconds. Birchcrest.
Yeah, there's kind of a road.
Yeah.
Not really a dirt road, but almost a dirt road, which, if that makes any sense.
I would call it a gravel road. It's got rock on it, at least. Of course, down here, they might only put the rock down every 3 to 5 years, whereas in some places you have to do it every year. And then, of course, you got the muddy turnoff points. Then there's this tiny hill right in front. This tiny minor hill right in front of us.
So minor hill.
Yeah.
This is why it's called the canyon.
Yeah.
Well, Spearfish Canyon. This is not the canyon.
But yeah, that is straight up. And I don't know if they've ever had flooding in this area. I mean, I can imagine they've had, rocks break loose from time to time.
I know the rocks fall in both canyons.
Yeah.
I don't think either canyon has flooded, to my knowledge. But that's because the water is way down here. I mean, way down there. It's very deep.
Oh, look, we have a hysterical marker coming up.
Oh, hysterical markers.
These are always fun.
We love historical markers. Sometimes they're even funny.
Savoy
Savoy. Now, have we done Savoy yet?
Yep, we did Savoy. It's also where the...
I like the huge nugget. Bolt.
Big bolt.
Over there. I don't know if you guys can... Yeah, you guys can see it. You were saying? Sorry, I got distracted by the bolt.
Well, this is where one of the waterfalls is. This is Rough Lock Falls. This is where you and the girl got lost.
Yes.
Savoy is kind of considered the intersection of the two, and it does have a few businesses as such. There is a restaurant there, if I remember right. I think our marker is a little further up, though. Just don't want to get ran into.
We're over.
Latch. Yeah, latch string. Wow, you think there's a few vehicles here?
Oh, wow. This isn't where we parked, is it?
No, we parked further up the...
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
This is a different entry point. Which is fine. I was just curious.
There's a big sign. You want to go and see the sign?
Mm.
The park right here. We'll walk up and look at the sign and read it.
Read words?
I know. I don't even have an English major, folks. I don't think I'm any good at it. You better read it.
That's what the dyslexic lady read it. That'll work out really well. Hang on, we're gonna get out of the car.
All the way, I'll bet you better go all the way here, over that bridge and then back.
Spearfish Canyon offers a rare opportunity for visitors to take a step back in time.
Where's the other one?
In many natural areas, the canyons witness numerous landscapes. However, the canyon still displays a few features from the frontier. Look around, do you see anything out of place? As the old abandoned buildings of the past vanish, outdoor recreation become a prime interest throughout the area. Yet a visitor may still see signs of an old roadway or railroad bed. See, when they used to use the old model cars and stuff after World War II. And tourists dressed more formal in the day, mom and pop out. More modern in the byway now. The Homestead Gold Mine closed in 2002 and it served the region for 125 years. Interesting enough, it's protected by the Homestead Gold Mine and for the preservation of the Spearfish Canyon.
You want to go this way?
People. Yep.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No problem. So here's the canyon area. You are here, right next to the restaurant, the Spearfish Canyon Lodge, which sits on the other side of the road. And so that must be the restaurant right there.
Spearfish Falls, are those different than the Rough Lock Falls?
Yeah.
There's Rough Lock Falls.
You want to go look at the waterfall?
Yes, go look at the waterfall.
I see a doggo.
I see a doggo too. I feel that way some days. I love waterfalls.
Waterfalls are fun. Platform down below.
Wonder how you get down there. You can kind of see it from here.
Yeah. Oh, there's your waterfall right there. I'll come around here.
Like I said, you can kind of see it from here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the view from the top,
Yeah,
kind of.
kind of.
It's a pretty picture, though.
Yeah. Really, really clear.
A couple pictures.
One heck of a canyon wall, though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they go down to that other platform, though. Or if they just don't do that anymore.
Maybe you have to walk down further? I don't know.
I don't know.
Which way are you going?
Let's go this way.
Make up your mind.
I don't want to.
Obviously. Just, you know, be difficult that way.
I'm trying to. I'm looking over here to see if there's any other trailheads or anything. Like you're saying, is maybe it's before or after.
Yeah.
I just passed the latch string.
You want to try following the path?
Sure.
This is a path.
Is it path?
It's a mud path.
What path?
It's very well defined though.
Yes.
Not as well not as bad as some of the other ones. Although it just kind of fade out here up here, which is weird, but okay. Oh man, maybe you have to go down further.
That's what I'm wondering.
Interesting. I was gonna try to get a short, but I wanted a better view, but I don't think we can get a better view. Interesting. Well, there's an interesting picture. Table reproduction. I can't say words.
Hey, no smoke.
I do have to admit that would ruin the.
Well, I'm going to go any further this way, so we'll
Nope.
go back to the car and circle back.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Here, go look at my map and see if there's a second trail or something.
Yeah.
You can see the trees.
That's interesting that there's a landing down there, but no way to get to it that we can see.
There's something green on the hillside over there too.
It's a roof. Hey, does this backside say something different than the front side? It looks like it does.
Yeah. Spearfish Canyon.
Ooh, times.
Gold was discovered in nearby Deadwood. Tie-in timber sawmills established where the Spearfish Canyon Lodge is today. That's across the road. Railroad spur is built through the canyon. Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy operate the line. Glendoris Lodge is established in 1906. Homestake builds the hydroelectric plants. We've seen these.
We've seen a few of those. I'd love to get inside one.
Yeah. The lodge is bought out and renamed the Latch String. Have they floods? Oh, they did have floods. Wipe out 2 miles of rail ending the railroad era in the Spearfish Canyon in 1933.
Well then, they must have built too low.
A new road was built to replace the old dirt track through the canyon. And then the Spearfish Canyon is constructed on the side of the old sawmill. And then they closed the homestake.
And like there's some buildings I'd like to get into.
Acquire the Rough Lock, Spearfish Falls, and Savoy area. But see, there's a picture of that train I was telling you about in 1893. It consisted of 33 bridges and 375 curves.
going up and down hills for 32 miles. The ties were embedded in rock, and the freight cars had to be chained together to keep them from rolling down the canyon. The railroad was abandoned after the flood wiped out over 2 miles of track. Today, visitors still visit the upper train areas. The Spearfish Falls upper observation deck sits above the area where the train stopped to view the falls, huh?
Interesting.
Right over there. We were just there.
Here's some plants. I have never seen this one in my entire life. And I have lived here my entire life. I've never seen that plant here.
Huh.
I don't think I've seen this one. I think I've seen a few of these.
Seen
A few of those. I don't think I've seen very many of those. Seen those. Don't think I've seen those.
I think I've seen these a couple times. That one I'm not sure. That one I've seen. That one I've seen. That one I've seen. If I see it again, I'd have to point it out. But... Fishing.
Fishing.
My dad's hobby.
It's a recreational resource.
If you catch all three trout species in one day, it's referred to as a grand slam.
Huh.
Brown, lake, and the rainbow.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say rainbow. I was trying to think what the other one was. I think I've done rainbow more often than I've done the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I haven't been fishing in a bazillion years.
Fishing takes place in any season. Well, yeah.
That is true.
I'll cut a hole in the ice if I have to.
Yes, they will. Okay, we gotta get back in the car. Okay, back we go into the road. Road noises.
There's a walking trail going down.
A little house right there. Probably outhouse. Or restrooms,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
There's the canyon wall, as we call it, in the area below.
See if I can give you an idea of how, you can't really tell with the trees, but how low we can go. There are some yellow trees over there. There's a dark orange. Oh no, that's a house. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, we might have to do a different area to do the colors, babes.
Yeah. Unless we see something between here and the Spearfish.
Well, I'm still recording, hoping for the best.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem as vivid as it used to. And I think a lot of it's because those type of trees have died out in this area.
Yeah, I see that. They might have already shed their leaves.
Yeah, I don't know if they shed them or if they died. Because remember, we did have that infestation of the beetles, so they just may not be as abundant up here as they used to be.
There's your wild water right there. House.
But yeah, we're kind of towards the end, so then maybe when we get closer to the beginning, or the other end, I guess I should say.
There's some reddish leaves.
Yeah, some reddish leaves over here.
Yeah.
Drive the Spearfish Canyon all the time in the fall, and maybe just as a kid it was bright. Of course, the area's changed.
So there's the walking path where the old line used to go.
Yeah.
You just follow right along those poles.
And that's what happens when you try to unplug it. You turn it off accidentally. Oops. That's okay. You are allowed to do that.
Oh wow. A few cars stacked up here on Iron Creek.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder what they're doing.
Not a clue. See some tailings off that hillside right there.
Yep. the creek.
Little turn-off area there.
Yep.
It still amazes me how big those
Oh yeah, some of those pillars
cliffs are. Yeah, they're huge.
Some of those cliffs are just, yeah. Those are what 20, 30 feet? Maybe more?
Probably more, I'd imagine. But yeah, I can understand why they kept, some of the roads, to limit accessibility, etc. But at the same time, you're like going, wow. Got a sign coming up here for Long Valley Picnic Area. Huh, interesting. Doesn't have a picnic next to the creek.
Be a pretty place to picnic.
Yeah.
No, that's something we've never done.
Gone on a picnic?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not picnic people.
We're not.
First of all, I hate those benches.
Yeah, yeah.
The slivers, and they're never comfortable.
And they're always buggy too.
And always buggy. I was going to say
spiders. Or,
that was going to be my thing for the without the picnic benches.
Mhm.
You see people with blankets. Couldn't do that because you always have spiders and ants and
other things.
Waspies,
Yeah.
flies. I don't mind the flies so much. I'm more annoying than anything. Still no tata.
No data.
No tata.
No mama, no data. But see, that's why, when people look at the idea of going back to those ghost towns and mining towns that used to be up there, a lot of people will go, well, you can just hike right there. Well, go look at that hillside a second.
Yeah.
And
Go
tell me
hiking.
How are you getting over that?
Yeah. Our hiking friends, Paul, Gen X, want to go hiking?
Yeah, straight up. Go ahead. No. And so, there's like 3 different ways you can get to it, but A, you need a 4-wheel drive. B, you need to know your maps really well, which is why, I'm still kept around just in case. And probably the most important thing is that you know your weather for a given area, because you wouldn't do this in the middle of the winter. You'd be considered stupid. They would leave you. Bye.
Both canyons are super duper dangerous in the winter.
Yeah.
Because they are full of turns, and a lot of them are sharp turns. There are some that are gradual turns like this one, but there are some sharp turns in there, aren't there, babes?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to be on ice and have to do one of those sharp turns.
No. The fact is, like we're dealing with right now, is that there's no cell reception. If you got stuck up there, you're hiking back.
Here it would be pretty bad. It's what, 20? Well, I guess the if there was anybody back there at the falls, that wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. This in here, at least it's A, paved, and B, they have vehicles going through here regularly.
Yeah, this is pretty regularly traveled.
The places I'm talking about up there above, see like Victoria Lane right there? No.
Right, and you get off the road.
Yeah, you get off the road and into some of those dirt
and you're
areas.
on one of those side roads.
Yeah.
Or you're not even on a road.
This is where you're, if you're going to do something like that, you need to tell somebody where you're going, so that if you get, you miss a call in or a report in time, they can know, okay, something's going on. We need to either find out where he is and what's going on, and then try to go out there and help them.
And this is where people are going to say, but what about your GPS tracking? You have to have signal.
Yeah.
In order to track shit. And a lot of people cannot get signal in this area. We do not have signal in this area. There's some yellows.
Yeah, very pretty yellows.
Very pretty yellows. A little bit of red.
A little plaque of red there.
Little plaque of red.
Yeah.
Red. But yeah, GPS is really good. The technology to be able to track phones if somebody gets lost is real handy when it works.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this area, you ain't tracking shit.
The other thing that's also a key instigator and motivator when it comes to some of these hiking sites is the Devil's Bathtub.
Ooh,
A lot of
we should
people
do that out someday.
Yeah, a lot of people will look at a trail and go, "Oh, well, it's just right there."
Right there.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here's one of those buildings. I'd love to go in there. Oh, I'd love to go in there. Oh, I'd so love to go in there.
This is one of the old power plants. Well, one of the cooling plants, anyway. This generated electricity for both Spearfish, Lead, Deadwood, and several of the mines. There are, to my knowledge, I know where 4 of them are. There's this one, the one over by Englewood, the one over by Hannah, and then I think there's one down by Rochford, if I remember right. But these were all, originally built back in the day when they were trying to find ways to run electricity. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that when Thomas Edison first came up with the idea of electricity for power for bulbs and stuff, South Dakota got in on it really fast because guess what? We needed it for mining underground. And so they were able to make that work. Rapid City got in on that too, but that's a second story. But yeah, this is all hydroelectric. This was like cutting edge technology for the day. And sadly, of course, it's all sealed up, which I'm gonna go jump the fence and go. Oh, I
Don't
didn't
admit
say
that.
anything.
Don't admit that. Now, someday would be really cool to get a hold of somebody who would let us in there legally.
But see, there's a bunch of tunneling systems and stuff too underneath all this over here. And if I remember right, when I was reading one of the reports up in Spearfish, they talked about a crew that was manning one of these things, and one of the guys got sucked into the tube.
Oops.
And he went shooting through and out the other end. He survived, but he was one of the first water slide people, apparently. But yeah, it was not exactly a fun scenario, but they had to dig tunnels to get the turbines to make the water flow. And yeah, sometime I'll pull open the map and put all the directions and stuff. But they said one of those tunnels was something like 20 miles long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a heck of an engineering feat. But the one over by Hannah is a little bit better of an example because half of it is out of the fence and on dry land. You can walk around the concrete foundry type pieces and stuff. But can you imagine what it was like building this thing brick by brick? Because this is a big, let's just take and put a big wall. No, these were actually set up by guys with, spackle and everything, putting it down brick by brick building. It was kind of an amazing process.
Especially since most of it, or at least part of it's over water.
Yeah, that too. So
Not that it's deep water, but
not
still.
deep water, but still, yeah, it was.
And that's cold water.
cold water. This is Black Hills up in the northern hills. Chilly session. But yeah, that's one of our happy little archaeology sites I'd love to go and get lost on. Here we go again.
Off we go to the wild blue yonder.
Ooh, there's a sign thing here.
Oh, it's same thing. Yes, that's our turn. Because we are geniuses.
Oh, it's for the Hydro 2. The game production area. Oh, so they are doing catch and release fishing area. Ooh. That's interesting.
All hunting, fishing, and trapping allowed. I'm gonna go trap some humans.
we're here to trap humans.
Hey, it says all.
Yeah. Where'd you get that bear trap from? I don't know. We know where we could get it. It's in that shop in Deadwood.
Yes.
That shop has everything in it.
Yes.
Including bear traps.
Yes.
Look, I caught a human.
It says all.
Uh-huh. We're just following what they said, Talk to Game Fish and Parks. I don't want handcuffs. I don't know you that well. I think they're kind of biased.
How do we go, Mr. Bud?
We're ready to go. There's another trail over there, too. And it's gated off.
Yeah, I saw the gate over there.
The thing this is the other thing that I kind of get pissed off at, because, you know, you get all these neat little side roads and stuff, and they gate stuff off, and you're like, why? What are you hiding back there?
Everything.
Obviously. And it's another reason why some of these routes that they do have that go up that direction, you either A, have to find the ones that aren't blocked off, or B, you know, go in via road. But of course, it's funny because if you go by the Kirk way, there's a number of roads up that way too that would go up and around by like Wasp number 2 and a few other mines.
And if you want to see our curved adventure, it's kind of sideways. Because that was before I learned how to turn the
Camera.
The video after I pulled it. So it's kind of a sideways
road going
video.
up the hillside there too.
Road.
Road. Of course, that one I think's been closed a while because even the roads turned to grass.
That's why I said road.
Now that one probably leads through if you know how to use it just right. The Cleopatra.
Yeah.
That one and the Victoria Road, both, if I remember right, get you up to that rock face. They might have a way through it too if you know how to do it. A little cabin down there. Mommy's ready for bed.
Bah.
Bah.
I think I might have to call this one Spearfish Canyon rather than seeing the colors. I mean, there are some colors.
Yeah, a few colors, but not nearly as much. And
Not as much as I remember. And I think it's just because we have so many dead trees.
that could be.
We may have to try a different area, Mr. Bud.
No. There's a little parking area there
Yeah. For reasons.
for reasons.
Got a little bit of yellow over there.
Little yellows.
And that's not a parking spot, Spur.
They're out hiking.
There's also somebody. No, there's people in it. What the
What
hell?
the hell's going on?
We're not near the falls, are we?
Don't think so.
What on earth? Dude, with your child, don't be so clearly near the water. Oh, you scare me. What on earth?
Did they find billy goats?
I don't see anything yet.
Maybe they're on the road in front of us.
Maybe. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Also, is that a house right there?
I think it's another one of their parts of the flood control.
Well, it looks like a roof.
Oh, yep, they are billy goats.
Oh.
Mountain goats.
Did you see that?
Yep.
Very cool. Don't see my. There they are.
Look, guys.
I can take it now.
Okay.
And I can see them.
What you treat them?
Take a picture here too. We don't see these guys very often. They're big ones too. They're taking their own time.
Hi, guys.
That explains the traffic jam.
Yeah.
Mama and Papa goat. Oh, you got this clip out and send it to your mama.
Yeah. That one's huge.
He is a big boy. He is a big one.
Billy goats.
And Billy Goat's gruff.
We have our own Mounties. Thank you.
I don't think these are Mounties.
Mountie goats.
You are weird. Little one's like, I'm just gonna lay right here.
Yeah, I'm done walking. I'm tired.
Hi guys. That's cool.
That is cool. We found wildlife.
Wildlife 101.
Hi guys. Off we go.
Off we go. Still pretty dry, even if there aren't as many colors as I remember.
Yeah. Watch for wildlife. Really?
But too late!
Yeah, we just saw them.
Too late, sign. Too late. We need another sign further up. Now, what they're doing, they totally know what they're doing.
Exactly. Private property?
What?
Why?
No. A little more yellows. Another little edge off. Gee, I wonder where you fell off there.
Not a good. Wow.
I'm gonna guess ice.
Gravity.
I'm gonna guess ice. Oh, goodness me.
That big crunga granite. Bridal Veil Falls. Okay.
That away. I always thought the arrows were funny. And also, Bridal Veil is also one of the hardest places to stop at. Look at this traffic jam.
Yeah. And they're there, and they're there, and they're
I mean, at least they put like a little place for people to park over there, so they can see the falls. There's that one by Lead, which needs one of those little areas.
Yeah, it does.
And that's why we haven't stopped at Bridal Veil yet.
Yeah.
It's always crowded.
Like 40 people there plus.
Always. I'll stop there one of these days, though.
One of these days.
Do a little short there. Oh,
look at the
crazy person.
Yes.
Look at here. Here you go, Dennis. We have one biker today. This is an interesting biking place. I would not bike here.
There's a road leading you.
I don't know. It is kind of flat. It's not very hilly.
Not really. No. Probably more long than altitudinal.
I was thinking some of
There's
the places.
some red flowers of sorts.
Yeah.
In there too.
They're more leafy though.
Yeah.
They're not flowery flowers. They're leafy.
Yeah. They're like.
They're leafy flowers. That makes
leafy
sense.
flowers. That makes sense. They look like ferns.
Yeah, I think they are probably
Multiple little leaves.
probably
instead
a type of a
three
fern
or
rather
four
than
leaves,
a flower. Yeah. Yep. I would agree. With some yellow. Yellow. cable looks like it's low.
It does. Like, really low.
Seems like an RV would catch that. You know, those super big ones?
Or a semi that has those big stacks.
Yeah. Ooh, let's go live up there.
Yeah.
Who wants to live up there? You see it? There's a house right there.
Right there. Watch that first step.
And David would be dropping a lot of things off of that.
He's just making sure gravity still works. Rim Rock Place. Couple more little areas of color.
Yeah, did. Not too bad color-wise right
Oh, look,
here.
another biker.
Oh, another biker. 2 bikers.
Another one.
Oh, 3 bikers.
We're up to 3.
Woo! You could be ambitious to bike to the canyon. How long is the canyon? Like,
From one end to the other, I think it's like 20-some miles.
that's what I was thinking.
There's another bit of
Look up.
tailings off the cliff tops. Probably when they were building the track, I imagine.
Probably.
Wouldn't have been an easy one to do that much. Road leading up.
Gates open.
Get open. Let's go see.
Yeah. Some goofy clouds up there.
I see a person by the side of the road.
I see a person beside the road too. What are you doing, peoples?
Not sure.
With the biker getting a drink, so that's a 4th biker.
Or, people right there trying to get run over. Ooh, Mustang.
Mustang!
And here we go into one of the narrower parts.
Oh, yes.
The one thing, if you ever want to wrap your mind around, imagine what this was like before they built the highway.
Right? It was just dirt paths.
Dirt paths, trying to come up here on foot or with a wagon, what it was like. People probably like, no, we're good, thanks. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Eventually, when they did come through and decide to put in some trails, like the sign back there had said, some of these areas was where the train was.
Right.
The track came through here, and so they said, well, we'll just, pave it and call it good. But at the same time, somebody had to go back and say, well, this seems like a fun idea. We'll just, punch a few holes and run some lines down through here. In the day, the engineers for putting down locomotives and stuff and the track had to have been ambitious. They probably looked and go, I think I can make that work.
Well, engineers are cray-cray anyway.
Well, yeah,
so.
yeah, they didn't have much common sense. Although the other thing that made me think about it is that if you remember originally, the route that went to Deadwood didn't go through Sturgis. It came out of Whitewood.
Right.
And, Sturgis was where it was because of the military camp, Fort Meade.
Right.
And it wasn't until they finally said, well, if we want to make this the fastest, most efficient route, we should punch it straight through between the two areas. And, they did. It's what we now know as the original canyon up there. But you can still see to this day where the blast markings were when they had the dynamite out hillsides to make the highway go through in certain places. There's a lot of places here in the Black Hills, that's where their modus operandi was, is that they wanted to build a highway and make it look, as pretty as they could. Of course, some of those highways are also, snowed under, relatively every winter.
Not supposed to tell
But
them that.
again, you look at these canyons. I mean, could you imagine being the hiker going, well, shoot.
Pick a path, pick a path.
And, at the same time, though, nature gave them also a really good creek to try to follow and ford a stream with. They said that one rail system had X number of bridges, and I think it was 325 turns. That's a heck of a pretzel maneuver there.
If Google Maps is right, which with the little signals, we just passed the community case.
Oh, okay.
How? I'm not sure.
Me either.
But
it's back up that way somewhere. There's a car that stopped right there.
Over there on that side, if I'm reading it right.
And as you can see, the canyon is slowly starting to level out more now because we're getting closer to Spearfish. And of course, there's also multiple ways to go between Lead, Deadwood, and Spearfish, because a lot of it, while a good portion of it was cut off by mining, there are still other side roads. There's the Maitland Road. There's the one road that goes up to I-90.
Where are you going, dude?
He's going off-roading.
Apparently.
I hope he can swim.
Me too. Not that the creek is very deep, but
Yeah. Is he trying to explain that to the insurance company? Well, you see, I had a collision with a creek. How?
It wasn't even flood season.
We just went sploosh. There's
Is that a person?
Yeah.
What on earth is people doing today?
I don't know, but they're looking at bushes. Maybe they're looking for choke cherries or something.
Maybe. Where'd they leave their car?
I don't know.
That's an older couple. Where on earth is their car?
There's some cars up there.
Oh, that scares me.
Scenic byway information.
Ooh,
Look, another guy with a bike.
information.
Rude. Oh, they got a big sign with an arch. Oh, there's a bridge there too.
See?
And a ball field, it looks like.
Oh, now we got data back.
Yay! And it's Pokemon Go time too.
Yeah.
See if you can find your little branch, dude. Your beam.
It looks like it's back there, huh? Interesting. Interesting. I want to check those out sometime.
There's a road leading off that way somewhere.
There's some colors right there.
Some oranges.
Some oranges and some red. It's a dark red.
There's a little building.
Looks like it might be abandoned.
Yeah.
That's a pretty house.
Yes.
The White House?
White House.
I like
that.
it. They get points. They get points.
They get points.
Oh.
Cemetery up there.
Yep.
Winterville. Are you sure?
That's what they say. Also, between made it back to Spearfish, should we call it a good?
Hey, we'll call it good for now.
Watch it look so north.
Of course.
Green or colors. You want to say goodbye?
I'll say goodbye.